If you think your future will rescue you, unprepared, you are lying to yourself. Nobody stumbles into greatness unprepared. If your habits don't match your vision, you are not delayed, you are disqualified by default. Your destination is already demanding a version of you that you refuse to build. Every great destination demands a price, and that price is preparation. So I ask you, are you truly preparing for where you're going? Because your destination is already demanding preparation. Listen to me carefully. Young adults and teenagers. There was a young black American teenager named Desmond, growing up in Atlanta, with a dream louder than his environment. Desmond didn't just want success, he wanted to become a Hollywood music star. Performing on global stages, hearing crowds scream his name, and escaping the limitations of his neighborhood. But here is where the pain begins. Desmond had talent. Real talent. When he sang, people stopped talking. When he performed, people listened. But talent without preparation is like a car without fuel and battery. It looks powerful, but it goes nowhere. And Desmond made a dangerous mistake. He believed his destination would carry him without discipline. Every day, he would say, "I'm going to make it big someday," but his preparation told a different story. He would sleep late, miss vocal practice, and spend more time chasing attention than building skill. His dream was Hollywood, but his habits were local. Tell me something, how do you reach a global stage with a local mindset? At school, Desmond had a friend named Trey, who had already given up on dreams. Trey would laugh and say, "Music is luck, not work. Either you blow up or you don't." And slowly, those words started poisoning Desmond's discipline. Because this is the truth nobody tells you. Your environment doesn't just influence your behavior, it negotiates with your destiny. There is a proverb that says, if you dance to the wrong drum, even your feet will forget their purpose. Desmond started skipping studio sessions. He stopped writing lyrics. He started chasing popularity instead of preparation. He wanted to be seen, but not trained. Famous, but not formed. And that is where most dreams die, not from failure, but from neglect. One evening, Desmond's mother walked into his room. She looked at the posters of artists on his wall, then looked at him sitting idle. Her voice was tired but sharp. She said, "Son, your destination is too expensive for the habits you are practicing." That sentence did not just enter him, it pierced him. But Desmond ignored it. Because sometimes truth hurts so much, we pretend not to hear it. Then came the turning point. Desmond got the opportunity to attend a small music workshop hosted by a retired Hollywood sound engineer. In that room were real producers, real artists, real discipline. And for the first time, Desmond saw something he didn't expect. He saw structure. He saw repetition. He saw preparation. The engineer looked at all the young talent and said something that froze Desmond's heart. Your destination will never adjust itself to your excuses. It only responds to your preparation. Retention loop here. Desmond kept replaying that sentence in his mind like a broken record. On his way home, he passed Trey, who was still joking, still laughing, still distracted. And for the first time, Desmond didn't see freedom in Trey's lifestyle, he saw limitation. Because here is the hidden truth. Not everyone around you is going where you are trying to go. That night, Desmond couldn't sleep. He kept hearing beats in his head, lyrics in his spirit, and disappointment in his habits. And that's when it hit him. You cannot enter Hollywood with habits formed in confusion. He stood up at 2 a.m. No motivation. No audience. Just conviction. He cleared his room. He set a schedule. He wrote lyrics he had been avoiding for months. He practiced vocal control until his voice cracked. He failed repeatedly, but for the first time, he failed in preparation, not procrastination. And that difference changes everything. Days turned into weeks. Desmond began training like someone whose future was already signed. He stopped chasing attention and started chasing mastery. He learned breath control, timing, performance discipline. He stopped posting for validation and started practicing in silence. But let me be honest with you. It was not easy. There were nights he wanted to quit. Nights where Trey would still call him extra. Nights where nothing seemed to change. But every time doubt rose, Desmond remembered the engineer's words. Your destination does not reward emotion. It rewards preparation. Slowly, things began shifting. His voice improved. His confidence stabilized. His discipline sharpened. Teachers noticed. Local artists noticed. And for the first time, Desmond wasn't just dreaming of Hollywood, he was building toward it. But here is the deeper transformation. Desmond stopped identifying as someone who wants to be a star. He started behaving like someone who is becoming one. And that is the secret most people never understand. You don't arrive at your destination by wishing, you arrive by rehearsing it. There is another saying, a man who prepares in silence will be announced in success. Months later, Desmond got invited to a recording session with a visiting producer. He was nervous, but prepared. When he stepped into the booth, he didn't try to impress, he simply executed what he had trained. And that changed everything. The producer looked up and said, "Where have you been hiding?" But Desmond knew the truth. He wasn't hiding. He was preparing. Now listen to me closely. Your destination is not a fantasy. It is a requirement list. And if you are not preparing for it, you are already falling behind it. Desmond finally understood. Hollywood does not discover talent, it recognizes preparation. So I ask you tonight. Are you preparing for applause, or are you practicing habits that guarantee silence? Because if your destination is great but your preparation is weak, you are not delayed, you are disconnected. And if this message feels like it touched you deep inside, comment, "I will prepare," because somebody out there is still dreaming, but not building. And they are running out of time.